I want to talk about depression because the thing is with Asian cultures, if I were to generalize, people don't usually see that you could be injured in your mind. You could be a little broken in your mind. You know, people think, you know, that you can just convince someone like, oh no, hey, just be
Get
happy.
better,
You know, just go for a holiday. Just get better. Just drink coffee or whatever. That's the culture that we have today. But it's not
kind of sad.
it's not that straightforward, is it? You know, because depression is real. Are there people who are suffering from depression and, you know, I understand that they want to keep it on the inside because they don't want to.
There are a lot of smiling depression people that on the outside they look all happy and bubbly and all. I think those are ones that you want to really be careful about.
Oh no.
Yeah, like Robin Williams, for example.
Oh, that's right.
He's like happy on the outside. You think everything is going well, and boom, the next minute, right?
Yeah.
So it's something hidden inside that most people don't see, and because a lot of people, they want to put on that strong front, but when they go home, they close the door, everything collapses.
Right.
So that's something that we really need to look into, and maybe to educate people that depression is not just what people say, because that's another word that is used too often. Everyone just says, I'm depressed, until people take it for granted, right?
Right. But real depression.
Yeah. So some people, they may just be sad. So that's what people think, that I'm sad means I'm depressed.
Right.
But the real depression is really the feeling of hopelessness, the feeling that I'm losing interest in everything, there's no point living. So it's something that we can see on the outside, right? So a broken hand you can see and you can take care, and people will take care of you. But depression, no one knows. But it's painful inside. So it's something that we really need to look out for.
I see. So these people who they put on a face, even though they have the depression, and even though these people have friends and family, they can still subject to this. Okay, all right.
So there are those that seem okay on the outside. They seem to have it all, right? A good life, good friends, good job, good money, and all, but still that feeling is deep inside them.
I see. Okay. And more severely, if depression goes unchecked, it can lead to thoughts of self-harm.
Self-harm, suicide. Because just now what I said, the feeling of hopelessness.
Hopelessness.
Yeah, that there's nothing that I can do anymore, so there's probably no point continuing, right?
Oh, man.
So that's where the thoughts come, and I think a very common thought is that I don't want to be a burden anymore.
I don't want to be a burden anymore.
Yeah, so that's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. It is, because there were a few cases that were reported recently, and I think just recently there was this 19-year-old athlete. If you've heard of him, I think
The swimmer.
the swimmer, yes,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
swimmer.
yeah.
He's just 19 years old, and what fascinates me is that he left a note. He said thank you to everyone, and the fact that he's an athlete, it kind of tells me that he was driven enough to, you know, because being an athlete, you need to like put your mind into something, the discipline. You know, you just go out there and keep training and things like that. So, but yeah, it's
Actually, I have heard of some people, they would do their best for their parents, and once they achieve that, they break down because they're just doing it for the sake of doing it. So
wow.
there was also another case recently where this guy, he actually did, I think it was a law degree
yeah.
for the dad. After he got his role, he passed it to dad. The next day he committed suicide because doing that degree was never his thing. So in this case, he was sort of like pressurized to do something else. So he had no say for himself. He couldn't choose his own life, but he had to live for others. So that's something that probably he didn't really express, or maybe even if he expressed, he wasn't heard. So that's what they had to resort to. So
that is very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Yeah.
Depression is something that everyone needs to look out for. Parents or friends, if you notice your friend is acting a little bit weird, or your friend is just not happy with what they're doing, then maybe it's time for all of us to speak out, to be there for our friends, for our kids.
Okay.
So it's everyone's responsibility.
Right. Yeah, because we are all part of the same island. We live in the same island.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was hoping you can do something for us. If you can say something to those who are watching, who maybe there's suffering from things like these, can you give us a short message of what you would say? Just look into the camera over there.
Yeah.
And just
I would say that if you are suffering from any issues, be it depression, be it just anxiety, panic attacks, or even just stress, reach out to someone and talk, because it's not a struggle that you should do by yourself. So there are friends, there are family members, or there are professionals out there that can help you. So it's good to just open up, get help, and you'll be so much more happier and productive as well.
That's very well put. Thank you, Joyce.
Welcome.
Thank you, Joyce.
Welcome.
Good to have you here. All right, that's
Thank
very
you.
educational.